Starfield is having a 2.0. It's a cyberpunk redemptionite. No, it's not. Some people are losing their minds. Oh, Bethesda's finally back. Starfield is gonna be great again. The cyberpunk style redemption story is happening. No, it's not. Whatever Bethesda does for Starfield, the 2.0 or whatever they want to call it, is gonna be garbage. It's gonna be bad. Even if they remove the loading screens when traveling from planet to planet, they're still gonna have other loading screens. Listen, when your game has an average of 3 to 6 loading screens between traveling between locations, and you remove one of those loading screens, call me crazy, but I don't think that does a lot. And furthermore, the loading screens are not exactly the problem. Sure, it's annoying, but the whole game is just bad. And some people are like, oh my god, it's happening. Starfield, the redemption story, it begins now. Cyberpunk 2077, here we come. Dude, CDPR is as woke. No, it's the most woke thing currently actually happening in gaming. They're literally winning awards for it. And listen, I'm gonna be absolutely real. Amongst all the AAA companies, Bethesda is literally the worst. There is no other AAA development company that has existed that has made a cash shop that doesn't work. Bethesda's cash shop literally didn't work for a month in multiple games. What kind of redemption story are we talking about if this company can't even make an actual microtransaction shop that works? What are we even talking about here?
So earlier today, I was doing my daily Todd affirmations when a little birdie told me that something was afoot in the world of Starfield. You see, I started seeing all of these posts online of Starfield 2.0, let's fudge and go, or this one, rumor Starfield 2.0 trial version sent to media targeting 2026 and PS5. This one, they... Sorry, this is cringe. They asked Gemini or Google, whatever the image is called, the image generation thing. They had it generate a fake Metacritic score for the PS5 version of Starfield. Like, bro, go outside. But they generated that and said Starfield when it lands on PS5 in 2020.
Most of the super Bethesda fanboys are gone, but some still remain.
26 alongside Starfield 2.0 and major DLC, mega bombshell next year.
Whoa, look at this Starfield. What's the difference? It's just slightly the lighting. It looks like they removed bloom. Okay, so Starfield and Starfield 2.0, the only difference is slightly removed bloom. I'm not sure if they actually did it. I'm not sure if this face looks better than the last one. Well, admittedly, this is kind of proof that maybe Starfield 2.0 exists, because whenever Bethesda updates like the graphics for anything, people have no idea which one is supposed to be the good-looking one, because they're both usually bad. And this is exactly in line with Bethesda's level of incompetence. So maybe Starfield 2.0 when literal incompetence sells me on the idea that Starfield 2.0 is real. When it's literal incompetence that makes me believe that this could be real, because it's exactly the level of incompetence I expect from Bethesda. No, Bethesda is truly astonishing. The fact that they actually are selling me on the 2.0 idea because of incompetence. It's this real life.
Version 2.0 of Starfield will be released. Improved graphics, shorter load times, enhanced gameplay, new planetary travel.
Shorter load times.
New DLC, Terran Armada 2026 is going to be the year of Starfield with a side-by-side that definitely looks different. And so I knew I had to talk about this, because what would excite all of these people so much? Well, I found out. And what we're going to talk about today is what's ignited all of this. And it's honestly a lot less than you may have expected. 3 or 4 weeks ago, Bethesda held a behind closed doors digital event where they invited a number of Starfield quote unquote creators, including modders, but some...
Like what? 2 people maybe?
YouTubers as well, and some press and media as well. They invited these allies in to share with them a
Wait. I never got an invite. What do you mean, Bethesda? I have more than 250 Starfield videos on my channel, and I'm still going strong. And I did not get an invite. Is this just a clerical mess up? I have to assume it is, because there is no one in this world who talks more about Starfield than me.
look at the future of Starfield, what they were doing for the expansion, and what this update for Starfield was going to be. And I've spoken to a number of people who were at the event or helped put it on, and I have thoughts. I know, it's shocking, right? Luke has thoughts about Starfield, but I want to be clear at the outset before we get into this. This is good.
Why is Todd Howard at a questionable level of when you stand up? Well, why is Todd at that length?
Like, any updates to a game after it launches that make it better, that should be applauded. Like, we meme about Starfield and Todd and everything, and they deserve a lot of it, frankly, in my opinion. Shocker. I think they deserve it.
So brave.
But this is good. Like, they deserve praise where it's due, and they are still working on Starfield. It's taking for freaking ever, but they are still working on it. But it's my understanding.
Still working. An average bug fix of once per month. Wow, still working on it. Oh, these developers, they need a raise.
That these updates are not quite on the level of a Starfield 2.0. They will make the game better and address some of the biggest and most common complaints about the game, but this is not like a Cyberpunk 2.0 or Phantom Liberty. And that's coming from people who have seen this presentation that was going on behind closed doors. Like, I understand Starfield fan are excited for what they're doing here. I get that. But it's important to stress that something can be good while not being a total overhaul of what the game is, right? Like, you can make Starfield better, but that doesn't necessarily change the fundamentals of what the game is. And that's what we're going to go through in this video, because I think that this will make it better, but I don't think that you should get hyped thinking that this is going to be like a total No Man's Sky redemption arc of fame and fortune. Like, I just don't see that happening based on my understanding of what was shown. To be clear, fully transparent,
not a lot of things are ever achieving No Man's Sky levels of redemption.
Shocker, I was not invited to the event. Like, does that shock anybody? No. Like, of course they're not gonna invite me. But I have spoken to people who were there, and we also have some data mined information and stuff as to what they've been working on for the last year, and we're gonna talk about it, so buckle up. But first, a thank you to our sponsor. Todd, leave me alone. Thank you to our sponsor.
Yeah, that is.
Plan. Now, all of this sort of started back in March with this post from Planetary Union Captain Orawolf, where they simply said, this is great, in response to another thing they were doing with Starfield, with the community. Like, they've been doing paid mod updates and in-game store updates and stuff, of course, but no big updates on what they're doing with the game in terms of expansions or overhauls or anything. And Orawolf...
Wait. Let me get this straight, okay? Let Daddy get this straight, so, in case I misunderstand anything. So, you're telling me, Bethesda, in all their goddamn glory, is taking community mods that they are selling to people for $5 a pop, $2 a pop, or more, and they're taking credit for that. Bethesda's unironically taking credit. Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. And Bethesda's going to say, oh no, all of the things in the store, we did that. We're so nice. We're so great. Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
Said, this is great. I love Starfield to bits. I'm still playing the game to this day, but you really need to start communicating on what's happening with the next update or DLC. And that's a very valid point. One of the biggest critiques, even among Starfield fans and BGS fans recently, has been that their communication is pretty lacking. And so in March, they said, we know you're eager for an update and we truly appreciate your passion for Starfield. The team has been hard at work, and while we're not ready to share specific details just yet, we have a lot of exciting things planned for the game this year that we can't wait to talk about when the time is right. We're always listening and taking your feedback to heart. Thanks for being a part of this journey with us. And that was in March. And today is
not
a long time after March. almost the end of the year, and still nothing. Still nothing.
Based Bethesda just lying to the mouth breathers. They know that they can lie to these people, and they're gonna be excited. They know. Make no mistake. Every company knows that the super fanboys can just be blatantly lied to, and they're gonna do nothing. They're gonna just gobble it up. It's just throwing seed for the, I don't know, pigeons. They're just gonna eat it no matter what. It doesn't matter if they want to or not. They're loving it. They're enjoying it.
You can say that they had been working a lot of things and that they were going to, like, these things were planned for this year and they just never materialized. Starfield has pretty much gone silent in the wake of the Shattered Space expansion, which launched late in 2024 to pretty rough reviews, if we're being honest. Even among, like, what I would consider to be Starfield creators and friendly people towards Starfield that really like the base game, the reviews were not great. And their silence continued and was deafening for months and months and months. Eventually, we started seeing leaks like this. MP First, who has had a lot of really good reporting in 2025, they came out and said Starfield on PS5 won't be releasing in 2025. Specifically, according to our sources, MP First...
Man, PlayStation players are probably devastated. Oh no, we're not getting Starfield. Oh no, the tragedy. The thing that I was not gonna buy and play, I will not have the opportunity to not buy and play. Oh, the tragedy. My bank account. No, my poor bank account not losing money. A true modern day travesty.
Was told that Starfield won't be released, Starfield on PS5 won't be released in 2025, partly due to the RPG's weak sales of the first expansion, Shattered Space. Instead, Microsoft is leaning...
Weak sales, eh? But I was told that it's amazing. I was told the sales are really good. Sales actually should have been decent at the bare minimum. Again, because a lot of people are buying it on, not Xbox, but they're doing it on PC.
Towards releasing the Starfield PS5 version in spring of 2026, and that would put it sometime between mid-March and mid-June. And to be clear, they were not the only one. Even people with pretty good track records or even really good track records of leaking, they were saying the same thing. As you can see, some broader questions. Starfield for PS...
Oh, look at that. It's Nate the Hate. Probably an industry plant.
5 from Nate the Hate, who has a pretty good track record, said, believe the announcement will be in 2026 unless plans change, meaning they're not even going to announce it this year, but it's going to be announced next year and then of course released next year. And I've had a number of Starfield fans say that they did clearly communicate that they were going to be delaying everything to 2026, but I've asked them for sources and nobody can ever provide me one. They just say, I think I saw it in an interview at some point. And that, I mean, I'm sorry, that doesn't do it for me. Either way, even if they did say it in an interview, the fact that nobody knows what interview it was and nobody can remember what interview it was, and nobody even knows if that interview ever took place, it shows that they did not clearly communicate the plans, which still was the initial problem. Like, that was the point of this post, was like, you guys are bad at communicating, and then they just ghosted the whole community for 9 months. It's frustrating, but I think it
not even the first time Starfield does that.
Back to like Todd's approach, which is generally come out, say something when you have something to say, and when the thing you're talking about is ready, so that they can shadow drop.
That's a lie. That's not Todd's approach. Again, how many years ago did we get the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer? How many years it has been? Anyone? Yeah, exactly. So no, Todd just says things that are good in the moment. You cannot never trust anything he says, because every single phrase he utters is just good in the moment. Also, that's a very, very good thumbnail. Holy. Now I'm saving the thumbnail, boys. Relax.
Drop it or launch it within a few months of when they reveal it. And I think that's what they're going to do for Starfield's update. I think it's going to be only a couple of months from the announcement to the release, or they're just going to like shadow drop it one day. But that brings us to what kickstarted this whole video, which is all of these accounts claiming that there's a 2.0 version of the game in the works. There's even some people that are claiming, like Game Nerds here, the trial version was sent to media.
By the way, the fact that they're all claiming this at the same time effectively is kind of interesting. I don't think this is a lie. Again, I have said that I don't think they're actually giving up on Starfield. Just their development time for Starfield is probably so unbelievably bad because it's Bethesda. They're incompetent. Again, I don't know how many times can I say this. They are really, truly, like, probably the most or second most incompetent company in gaming. And in general, they're extremely incompetent. It's amazing. I think this is true, but it's gonna take like probably a year or two for Bethesda to deliver anything in this regard. There's no way. You can't make a Starfield 2.0 when you had an expansion to double down on your previously poor decision making. That doesn't work like it.
Which I'm just going to tell you is not true. And also is not what Detective Seeds initially said in his post. So they're just making stuff up. Realistically, considering the emojis, I'm guessing they had like ChatGPT generate this, but who knows? But there's been a lot of like misinformation, people spreading things around. Even the media people that attended the event we're going to talk about in a second, they will tell you that they did not get a trial version sent to them, but for some reason that's being spread. Who knows what's going on with these accounts? It's almost like on social media, you can just make stuff up. It's crazy. But here's what people who attended the event are actually saying. Juicehead, who does great
Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna trust Juicehead, that's for sure.
RPG content just in general, said, I've seen a lot of talk about the Starfield quote unquote event popping up all of a sudden, not really an event. What I can say is last month, Bethesda Game Studios gave I and others an opportunity to see some of Starfield's future content. I can't say more yet, but I will talk about it. Saying, what is that? Sand clock, sand timer, hourglass.
Sand
That's
hourglass.
it. Emoji. Hourglass emoji. And he followed it up with this coy statement. I said in a video that I'm excited for the future of Starfield. Now, I love Juicehead. He's a great guy.
Yeah, Juicehead is excited about any future of any studio that gives him special treatment.
Does great content, no doubt. He does tend to be more of an optimist than I am, which I think is why plenty of people, you know, really enjoy his content. It's why I enjoy his content, because sometimes
No. Again, I don't understand how people enjoy Juicehead's content, because every video is like 50% recycled of the old video, and the old video is 50% recycled of the old video. It's crazy.
it can get exhausting poking holes in stuff and being
That's because you lack dedication. Look at me here, boys. I have made an empire on negativity towards Bethesda because they deserve every single micron of it.
hypercritical about stuff, but you know, that's why you're here watching this video from me, you know. But here's what I can tell you. An event did take place of like 3-4 weeks ago. I'm not sure on the exact date, but it did take place in November. At that event, Todd and a few other people were present and did a presentation on the future of Starfield, including a rough outline of what the expansion was going to be. They discussed, allegedly, some of the overhauls that are going to be coming to Starfield, specifically creation engine tweaks and things that have been data mined previously. We got clear confirmations of those things, and they sort of gave the pitch of what they're trying to do. And it's also important to note that many of the people that were present at least one of the sessions of this quote unquote event, they were like partnered modders. So people who are creating creations, as it's called, for Starfield. So, you know, basically the paid mods, the missions and stuff like that. And they were giving
basically the stuff that's not worth your money, time, or effort.
These modders and creators an early look at what they were doing so they could start brainstorming what they could do with mods given the new capabilities of Starfield with this update. But here's what's important to note. The people I've spoken to who attended that event said, number one, you should not expect like a Phantom Liberty level expansion, okay? They say they're excited for what they have, but don't expect this to like totally change Starfield as a game. It is still Starfield, okay?
So literally nothing is gonna save it. I mean, I knew it, but I mean, that's confirmation. That's kind of big.
Like if you're expecting, oh, all of the writing is better now. That's not how this works. What it seems like the primary focuses are covering up load screens, And they are also doing some overhauls to how traversal works when you're flying in your ship. And this may ring a bell because a few months ago, Tim Lamb, or also known as Visor Guy, who's been at BGS for decades, literally, he did this developer spotlight video and he discussed some of what they were doing. I'll just let him explain.
I think as it comes to Starfield, I'm really excited for players to see what the team's been working on. We have some cool stuff coming, including free...
The team! Oh god, this is also... I already used, I think, this one time as a thumbnail, but I will use it again. I have no shame in reusing these things. Boys, you should know that I probably have absolutely no shame in general, so don't be surprised.
Cool stuff coming, including free updates and features that players have been asking for, as well as a new DLC story. I can't go into all the details just yet, but I will say part of the team has been focused on...
Oh yeah, boys, oh yeah.
New DLC story. I can't go into all the details just yet, but I will say part of...
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. Oh baby. These are the thumbnails.
The team has been focused on space gameplay to make the travels there more rewarding. We're also adding some new game systems and a few other...
I actually remember watching this. It was like, oh, nothing's actually changing once again. Every single... Dude, honestly, every single Starfield is back video is effectively the same. There's speculations, but Bethesda's gonna do something. Then there's no proof of Bethesda doing anything. Then there's... Don't expect anything for the next year or 2 years. And then there's the inevitable, it's not gonna actually be anything big anyway. This is the full circle of Starfield is back. It's kind of pathetic. Hilarious. Actually hilarious. Oh my god, the thumbnails, they just... Oh my god, the thumbnails, they just keep coming. I'm saving all of this. I have a folder now. I decided that's actually probably easier. I named the folder Todd because of reasons. Anyway, that was our boy, Luke Steffens, 10 out of 10. Bye!